Hey guys, I know I promised you before that this would be the last game, or that I already brought you the last game of Eels versus CMT in the next Destinies format, but I lied. Anyways, this is a really good game between me and my friend Sam Liggett. I don't think he does anything YouTube-wise, but if he does, I will let you know and I will post it in the D-box and all that great stuff. But anyways, I'm actually playing Eels this time. I know I'm usually the CMT player, but I figured I'd give this deck a go. Anyways, I lead off with my Tyro, which is, decently nice, and I'm going to dual ball out for a Dynamo and a Thunderous, knowing that I have the level ball to get out yet another Dynamo, and going first, I'm not too worried about his turn 1 knockout, I guess. He could bring up the Mewtwo if he really wants to, but I figure I might as well go aggro, put some pressure on that Celebi and just his bench and top on the hole, and get that turn 1 charge. So, in response to this, he's gonna get out the dual ball and drop the double Mewtwo, which is kind of intimidating. He's initiating the Mewtwo War, but my build is built for the Mewtwo War, so I'm not too worried as long as I can live this first turn or two. He's played out most of his hand, but he's gonna be able to catch me out, and now I'm fearing that he's got that KO. However, he punts and shows me that he actually doesn't have any energy, and he just played out his hand to get a board set up. So, things could be worse. He also doesn't have the Skyro, so you need the switch, and you need basically a handful of crazy stuff. There is a Skyro, however, and there is a Forest Breath and a switch, so now he's going to be able to portrait me. Unfortunately, he's going to find out that I have a big fat hand and nothing, 2 trainers and 2 energy, but, that's going to be just how that goes. And I think he actually doesn't have the energy to kill this Dynamo, which is kind of nice. He promotes a Mewtwo. Maybe he does. Does he? No, he passes with the Mewtwo active. Kind of find that a little surprising, but at the same time, I don't have the Mewtwo of my own to take it out with. So I top deck the Punt, which is nice. Kind of a little insult to injury is, he could see me just do that with him, because he'd just seen my hand and it's like, oh, now I'm a supporter. But aside from that, I'm going to promote this Thunderous. I know that I can't take any prizes, but I can do a good chunk to this Mewtwo, and if I hit the plus power, I'll be in a really nice spot. I could have played the dual ball. I think I should have, just to get out the either the Dynamos or my Smeargle or just something, Just kind of leaving that bench open like that might not be the best idea. He's going to Junk Arm a dual ball and a Mewtwo, which surprises me, for a catcher. And he's going to drop another Mewtwo, and he's going to portrait, so really banking on the fact that I have stuff in my hand. And he actually ends me, so I really should have played that dual ball, because now I just lost it. I mean, it's still in my deck, but, I don't have it. And he's going to scoop up, and fail a scoop up, so definitely an interesting build that he's running scoop up in. And now he's going to gear, and he still has zone support. He's just going to play an N, so I get to see a hand of basically meaningless cards because he's double ending, 1 on each side. And he's going to be able to Mewtwo and X-Ball and all that good stuff. However, I drew into a really lucky hand. I still have that electric on the bench. I can attach, I can Dynamotor from my discard, and on top of all this, I have a plus power. So I also have a supporter I could play. I think Bianca's the better play here, just because I don't really need the Juniper right now, and I can just conserve supporters. I had a nice hand too. I mean, get out a DCE, all that jazz. And I'm going to just X-Ball for KO here. So I take the first Mewtwo prize in a Mewtwo War, which is huge and I feel really good about. And I hit another plus power, which is always good. Unfortunately, I only have 1 Eel on the board, but aside from that, I'm pretty confident about this match, even from the get-go. However, he's going to promote his Celebi, which makes me think that he probably is at least a supporter and, is fairly confident about his KO, promoting that rather than Smeargle. He's going to switch, so I guess he can actually do both, and he's going to end us both, which you know, I go down to 4 cards, so that's actually pretty rough, especially since I have the Juniper. However, I get a dual ball, which is nice, and a catcher. So not the worst hand. And yeah, he's gonna portrait me, and I got nothing. I'm not sure about that order of doing things, because you know, if you end me into 4 cards, I'm probably not gonna have a supporter. But, you know, it's what you gotta do sometimes. So, it's looking like he might have counted too much on my having a supporter based on his Smeargle. And he's thumbing through ideas, but he's gonna have to pass, which is a golden opportunity for me because I top deck the plus power. And this is a really lucky top deck. I can't deny how much of a role top decks have played in this game for me. But, you know, it's kind of exciting nonetheless. And, you know, good top decks always make you feel good. So I felt pretty good about this game. Plus I'm playing against Sam, who's a better player than me by quite a bit. So I'm going to just dual ball here. And I hit 1 head, so, you know, the expected outcome and all that jazz. And I think I'm going to grab my Smeargle. I don't have any supporters in my deck right now. It would really be a good idea to grab Smeargle. I could also switch right now and just retreat back, I believe. But I'm just going to go for the X-Ball now. I know I'm going to get 2 more cards, so there's a decent shot that I'll have the supporter that I need. And I actually do top deck the Oak. So, now we're kind of just down to the wire here in terms of the Mewtwo Or. It's, can he respond to this Mewtwo? And I do have, don't know if he has another Mewtwo to respond with. He's going to Pond. And I think he actually does have the Mewtwo here. Yeah, he does. So I think he might have Super Audited, or he might run 4 right now. I'm not entirely sure. But there's not really a lot of pressure for him to get out the a ton of grass energy. He only needs 2. He's going to be able to Junk Arm to switch to Portrait into my Pont to draw a new hand of 6. That's a mouthful, but that's going to, you know, kind of indicate to me that he's got the grass in hand. So he's going to be able to X-Ball and bring it down to 3 prizes on his side. And I've been playing aggro, so I don't have the best setup, so I'm a little bit nervous about this. However, I do top deck the Mewtwo, so I guess not as much. And I'm just going to be able to punt here. Again, the Mewtwo was another really lucky top deck for me. But I also am running 3 in this list, just as a spoiler. So I figure, you know, it's decent to hit my second one. Decently lucky, but, you know, still some probability. But I hit a handful of nothing. I need the energy. I do have the Junk Arm for a plus power if I need it, but I still need to hit the energy. And what I'm going to do here is Junk Arm for the plus power, and I guess that means all I have left is really this Portrait. I'm going to just hold off on my Dynamotor and decide. But no, I don't know how I feel about that. You know, you can wait for your Dynamotor, and based on if I hit the energy or not, you could have easily, you know, attached a DCE or something like that and catcher it and then taken advantage of me. Anyways, I'm going to Super Rod back up a Mewtwo and 2 Lightning, thinking, you know, if he does get a ton of energy on his Mewtwo, then maybe if he doesn't have the N or anything like that, I'll be able to get up another Mewtwo, maybe, and be able to X-Ball him there. I Portrait, and I'm going to take the Pont, obviously, because I don't want to end myself to 2 cards when I need to hit the energy. And I'm going to hit the DCE, and that's going to be enough energy to X-Ball for game. So, hope you guys liked it. I know it was a quick one, 3 Mewtwo KOs, you know, makes for a really quick game. But if you did like this video, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, like, do your thing, and I will catch you later.